Yo, it's your boy, Mr. SmokeFella, man. We back here for another episode of Humidor Sports and Cigars by way of Sports Zone Chicago, man. Hey, man, we got a lot to talk about, so why beat around the bush? Hey, we done had this good weather all week, and now I want to drop here on this Saturday, but we in it to win it like we always do. So we finna give y'all the shits, the giggles, and we gonna talk about sports like we do it in the cigar shop, straight, uncut, and raw. I'm bringing my guys. Hey, some people be like, "Where's Waldo?" We do, "Where's Kevin?" But my man KDL, what's up?
What is happening? What is happening? How y'all doing? Good morning. Good Saturday morning, man. Let's get it. Let's talk a little sports. Let's get it.
Hey, man. Saturday mornings, it's always been about Saturday morning since we was a kid. You know, we got up.
Well, that's true.
Watch the cartoons with a bowl of cereal. Saturday morning, now you having your bowl of cereal with us.
It's true. I used to watch Super Friends, but I don't know how old y'all are, so y'all might not know nothing about it. But I used to watch Super Friends.
Hey, Kev, I know all about that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, man. We got my other partner, Sir SmokeFella. PG69. What's up?
What up? I'm back, baby. I'm back. It's been a long week. The weather is kind of brisk outside, so grab you a cup of coffee. Turn on your heater if you need to. Put on a sweatshirt. Let's take a ride.
Right.
We go from 90 to 60, but welcome to Chicago.
Facts.
Welcome to spring/fall.
Right. But you know what, man? I wouldn't have it any other way. If it was straight hot all the time or straight cold all the time, I couldn't do it. I like to change it for the season in one day.
Gandy cussed me out last week. I called him and asked how the weather was going to be. He said he going to check it for me. He called me the very next day. He said, "It's all your fault." I said, "What?" He said, "It's 95 degrees in Houston." I said, "Good Lord, we going to Houston next week." Man. And he said it's going to be 90.
Hey,
it's going to be 90 every day. You might as well get over it.
Get over it.
Lefty and Angry Man, they had to go to HR. Something they said last week. I didn't get all the specifics, but they may tune in with us. They may not. But we're going to get this show on the road, man.
You forget about Sylvester Bede. He ain't coming.
Well, you know, I don't know if we should.
He got something to do every Saturday. But
it's not right to call him Embiid because he not injured. So he like Ben Simmons, not injured, just ain't playing.
Oh, Ben Simmons.
He just on the roster.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Right. He depressed. He depressed.
Wow.
Old soft nuts. Hey, man.
Hey, pause.
Yeah.
Pause.
Okay. All right. That was a moment. That was a moment. Hey, HR let him out. Late lefty. What's up?
You see what he's doing? You see what he's doing? All you see is jaws.
All right.
Mark trying to eat.
No, I'm starving, man.
And
I am too. I'm trying to hold on.
Hey, man, I called you at 10 o'clock. You was just waking up, man. You had plenty of time to get up, brush your teeth.
Ben, we need a commercial in an hour. Carry on.
You know how that bed hugging you, man.
Yeah, then you had to get in the shower, and that's a lot of body we trying to wash.
That was totally unnecessary.
Took a little longer.
A little P. Diddy-ish too.
Took a little longer.
Yeah.
Well,
put you on the stand with Cassie.
Well, you know, Lefty has been really enthralled and can tell us everything about the trial. He's been following it. He's been following it like Oprah.
Actually, I can too. But I know what's going on right now. See, everybody reacting. I know what's going on right now. They painting a picture, dog. Y'all gotta let the process go. Key people ain't showed up yet. They painted a picture. That's why she went first. Why y'all think she went first?
Dude, it's called character assassination. They already put it.
Yeah, they painted a picture.
Problem is, though, it backfired.
It did. Right. So far, it is.
It backfired. Not yet.
Well, no, the Cassie thing backfired on him because Puff's legal team did a great job of exposing her, and she looks like a willing participant.
And she was a willing participant.
I agree. I agree with that part. But the goal was to paint a picture of him, how wild he was. Now, they got to get the trafficking and everything like that proven. So if you paint the picture of him being wild like that, now you come in with the evidence, if they got it. Now you come in with the evidence of him trafficking and all that. When the people that helped him, they ain't did that yet.
Was as informational as saying, "Don't stick your finger in the light socket." It did nothing. We knew he was a freak. We knew he was a scumbag from the video. We knew he was abusive. Get to the shit. What is he on trial for?
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's coming. They had to paint the picture first. It's a process, y'all. It's a process.
What was this, a trial or a tell-all book? He like they sperm on his nipples. What the hell I got to do with going to jail?
They coming with it. They coming with the bodyguards. They coming with the people that traffic it. They coming with the male strippers.
I heard that was super weird.
With it.
First of all,
y'all thought it was gonna kick off day one.
We gonna put that in
the process. Y'all know a trial is a trial.
Man, I didn't make it up. It's public knowledge.
But you just repeated it, man. No. Now I got to go the whole show with that stained in my brain.
That was super weird. But you know what? One more thing I'm gonna say about that. Then we can go on and get ready. It's funny how they grabbed Puff up, they put him on charge. His trial started right away. All the information come out right away. Jeffrey Epstein list still ain't came out yet.
There ain't no list coming out. That's right.
And exactly. That's exactly
because if Epstein's list come out, the world gonna stop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a reason he ain't came out.
The world gonna stop.
Now, remember I told you that.
It's a reason he suddenly hung himself too. It's a reason he suddenly hung himself too.
Well, allegedly.
Yeah.
You're getting into politicians, all type of motherfuckers, man. So.
Well, check it out here, man. We got to talk about this fucking draft lottery.
We starting it off with that?
We starting it off with that, well. Because it's come on, man. The draft lottery has been rigged since, I'm going to go way back.
New York Knicks, 85?
No. That's where everybody want to start it at, but I'm going to go back further, Kev. When they flipped the coin for Chicago and LA.
That nobody saw. Nobody saw.
You went.
People forget about that, man.
You went way back.
No, I get that. I get that.
Nobody ever saw.
Nobody ever saw. That's all you saw was them picking up the phone, calling LA like, hey, y'all got the number one pick. So you tell me it didn't start then. You just tell me it didn't start then.
Right.
Okay.
Well, I point back to 1985 when the New York Knicks got Patrick Ewing.
Yeah, because when he stuck his hand in
I'm old enough to remember clearly. I was like, whoa, how did that
happen? When he stuck his hand in that little glass and he started moving around looking for the New York logo. Come on, man. You're on national TV. I know it was tape delay. It was tape delay.
Hey,
but come on.
Bro, it's crazy because it's funny. We used to be engulfed in the TV just to see the little lotto balls going up in the air. And then to see that come out saying who it was. They just went away from that like totally quick and started doing it through Ernst & Young. If I work for Ernst & Young, hey, you need the first pick? What you giving me? You got it.
So 1985, we know that. But LeBron leaves the Cavs. Who gets the number 1 pick?
Wait, say it again.
LeBron left the Cavs. Who got the number 1 pick that year?
The Cavs got the number 1 pick.
Right. Okay. AD left New Orleans.
New Orleans got it.
They got it.
I mean, I can fish around for some more, but then I'll go to the draft saviors where they finagled the market, for these teams. Let's go back to, and these are no disses on nobody, but LeBron, he goes to the Cavs.
Homegrown, baby.
Homegrown. We can say the same thing about Chicago.
D Rose, baby.
Well, I was going to say D Rose homegrown.
Right.
1.8% chance.
Right. And I'm even going to throw the Spurs in there, even though Wemby wasn't homegrown. The Spurs was getting ready to be like taken off the map when it comes to NBA, and they get Wemby.
And they almost came up again.
And they number 2. They could have pulled it this year.
Exactly. So they number 2 still sitting pretty.
They still gonna get another hooper.
Yeah, they still sitting pretty.
It's a good draft.
So they probably will pick Ace Bailey.
They're gonna pick Ace Bailey because they don't need another guard.
No, they don't. They got Castle Rookie of the Year.
Yeah. No, see, Ace Bailey can play the 3. If they Dylan Harper was projected to go before Ace Bailey, but since the Spurs are number 2, they got, like you said, Castle. So why pick him? Get Ace Bailey.
I already got somebody
play the 3.
Right.
Did I or did I not say a couple of weeks ago?
You did.
That
Baldy Diamonds.
Utah and Washington was not going to get the Cooper flag.
Yeah.
Even though they had the
No,
best
we know that.
We all said that the NBA positions people. The NBA is almost as scripted as the WWE. They put people for what they can control. Now, trust me, because they probably don't want their worst nightmare could happen with Indiana and OKC in the finals. They don't want that. And it's possible that could happen, right?
They want New York in trust.
Right. I'm reading. I know.
It's definitely New York.
As far as so you had Cooper flag. The NBA is waiting for the next great player, the next face of the league. He's a white guy. Let's put race in it too. Face of the league. You really people thought they were gonna put him in Utah or in Washington. These teams that are just, or Charlotte, like Charlotte's becoming a whole. They didn't became a dumpster fire. Like nobody wants to go there. They need to just get rid of them. Let's move them to Seattle and make them the Supersonics or something, so we can at least get some cold jerseys and jackets and hats or something. We gotta do something with that team.
He went back to the Supersonics. Xavier
do something with him. Lucky. The Charlotte's defense. Charlotte used to have some cold jerseys and jackets back in the day.
Yeah, but this wore out now, dog. We don't like it no more.
They was a better
that teal and purple is wore out now, dog.
It was a better team with Zoe, Grandmama, El Curry. They had
the guy that died, got killed in the car accident.
Yeah, Bobby. They had a squad. Anthony, they had a squad, bro. They had a squad for a minute.
They had a squad, man. Now they just, like you said, left a shit show. But last week when we was talking about this, we was like, okay, 76ers, Spurs,
one of them was gonna get it.
None of us even thought about the Mavs being able to jump into
Baldy Diamonds did say something about the Mavs.
Yeah. When they traded Luka.
Baldy Diamonds.
I let that go too. And you're gonna let him repeat
it. Technically, I said Philly. Technically, I said Philly. Technically.
Yeah. Okay, I got it. So how does this go, right? They somehow just trade a 26-year-old superstar to the Lakers out of nowhere. Didn't shop him. We just woke up with breaking news.
Just did it overnight.
Luka Doncic got traded to the Lakers, and then and here the death threats to Nico and all this, and they thought they was gonna run him out of town, and then just so happened the lottery falls their way and they get Cooper Flag.
But guess what?
And did y'all see the war room? They jumped up like it was an NFL draft.
Can you say backdoor? That was a backdoor deal.
Nico was never phased through all of this.
He was.
Nothing. He had to sit there and take it because the league told him, "We got you. Do what you got to do on this, but we got you." He stood in the stand. They were saying, "Fire the man," all that.
Oh, they say he was getting death threats. He was getting death threats. Yeah.
Did you see when they got the #1 pick, how the room reacted?
Why did they say
that wasn't a normal reaction?
That porno mustache.
Come on, man.
Yeah, that mustache was horrible, bro.
Tony Barber Jr.
That 1970s porno mustache he had.
Wow.
Tony Barber Jr.
Not TB.
Wow.
Looking like Rollo from Sample.
TB catching strays.
Hey.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hey. It got to stop somewhere. Don't you say that?
So now you got all. I've been hearing a lot of people coming on defending it. People talking about the lottery rig. Come on, dog. Like coincidences. Like we're not stupid, right? We all know chances to win the lottery are less than 1%. That you ever win a Mega Million or something like that.
And Dallas made the play in, so they shouldn't have been that low.
Exactly. It just can't keep. It can't keep happening. And why is the NBA the only league that does a lottery? Every other league is worse. Team gets the first pick.
Yep.
Because you want to make the other teams better and competitive. The NBA, you're a damn lie. You don't think they place people where they want them. It's why they blocked the Kobe trade. It's why they blocked the Kobe deal to Charlotte. It's the reason all this stuff happened. Why is it all superstars end up in LA? Wilt Chamberlain, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, everybody ends up in LA. It's just Paul Gasol. Like everybody ends up in LA. Shaq.
Chris Paul. What happened there?
That guy.
Well, he wouldn't let Chris Paul to LA.
Well, he went to LA. He went to LA.
Because the league owned the Pelicans at the time. And when the Lakers made that trade, it was fresh off a lockout. So Dan Gilbert ran off at the mouth like, wait a minute, we just had a lockout because of this, and y'all doing it again. So Stern came in and blocked it. That's exactly what happened with that trade. It was actually, if you look at it, a nice trade.
Why are all these guys placed in LA? This still would think with Giannis coming out. I'm not trying to jump over anything, but Giannis, right? You think they're gonna let him put him in a small market?
Not at all.
Nope.
You think they're the league gonna let them trade him to Washington or a team like that? No,
first of all, he coming from a small market, so they're not gonna send him back to another small market. That'd be stupid.
Yeah. He's going to a big market, trust.
Right. All of a sudden, Dallas don't want Luka. The league say, hey, there's only one place you can send them.
Right.
One place and one place only. You do this for us, I get you back, because everybody knows.
Call nobody else. Call LA.
Just like the Lakers, the Yankees.
But then nobody know about it. They didn't put it out there. That happened overnight. Like I said, that happened overnight.
That's why they said don't call nobody. Don't call nobody. We're gonna hook y'all up. Don't call nobody. Call LA. We already talked to them. They're gonna send you 80. Call them.
Can I say this to the Bulls front office, man? And I need them to hear me, and they need to hear me loud and clear. Y'all fucked us. Because if y'all would have went on ahead,
which time?
They could have went on ahead and tanked this year, right? They could have tanked this year, and they would have been part of this top 7 mix, right? With a real chance to get the #1 pick. Well, now that would have made them.
You don't think they tried to, though, man? You don't think they really tried to?
Nope. Because they would have been Utah, Washington, New Orleans, everybody that had terrible years, Philly, and they still wouldn't have got it. The league is sending that boy where they want to send him.
But it would have made them think. They would have had to had a conversation like, man, Chicago been down for some years, man. Maybe we need to, put some shit in the mix.
But they was in the play-in like the Mavs.
Right. Exactly. They was in the play-in. Same thing. They won and done.
They was in the play-in just like the Mavs was.
Yep.
Well, I'm just put it like this. I'm just mad at the goddamn Bulls for all these damn years.
Just
That's
say
what
that.
it is.
Just
I'm
say
mad at
that,
the damn
bro.
Bulls because they ain't did nothing.
We've been mad at them for years. We've
We
been
got
mad at them since the
got
debacle of letting Jordan and all them go. I mean, letting the
we got
team
the
go at the same
GM
time on 98.
from Denver. Thought he was going to put together a squad and all this, and he ain't did
Jack.
shit.
He found
It's
that.
been a very disappointing, man. But don't nobody want to talk about that.
He found that young boy. That young boy gonna be a star, man. Barsu, what's his name? The young boy on the Bulls, rookie last year.
Well, put some people around him.
I can't
Put some people around him. Stop.
That kid is good, man.
Put some people around him. Stop paying Patrick Williams. Stop paying Patrick Williams money. And you know he's not gonna play for nobody else in the NBA. Stop doing that.
That's a great question.
Well, you paid him.
I'm just saying, man. It's the same dude to help find Joker. He didn't found this boy with the Bulls. Man, I'm telling you, he
so you got faith in him. You got faith in him?
Not at all.
Okay. Because other than finding the young boy, what else has he done since he's been here? He's been here a couple years, bro.
Well,
what has he done?
Okay.
I'll give you. Hold on. I'll give you. No. I'll give him this. I'll give him Lonzo Ball. I'll give him DeMar DeRozan. I like that when he first came in, before Lonzo Ball got hurt, looked like it was gonna work. Right? I'll give him that. But when Lonzo got hurt, what else has he done since? Like he brought in the Lonzo and the DeRozan and that squad. Okay, all right, gotcha.
Okay,
good.
So
good luck.
So yeah, how about maybe it's a chance that maybe they take the OKC route, right, and just keep stockpiling young players until they grow into something instead of making household. I see a lot more teams are going to go that route. I think a lot more teams are going to go that route.
So you don't have to wait 10 years before it pops.
Hey, that's probably what it is. How long we waiting on OKC? And look at them now.
Well, it didn't take that long in OKC.
Yes, it did.
Right, it didn't take that long.
It didn't take that long.
It didn't take 10 years.
It was down there 8.
It ain't take that long.
Since Durant left?
They was 2 years removed. They was about 2 years removed when Durant left, and Westbrook got out of there. 2 years later, they was at least making the play.
How long has Durant been gone from OKC?
He left after 16. After the Cavs won in 16, so that's 17. About 8 years now.
That's what I just said. About 8 years.
Yeah,
that's close.
No, but they was competitive. No, they was competitive with Westbrook, Paul George. Like they was still competitive. They never hit rock bottom. They were still competitive.
They wasn't rock bottom after Westbrook left.
Maybe a year.
Paul George.
Maybe a year. Maybe a year.
You see that comment?
And then they,
I'm just saying, man,
I get that.
Maybe look. First of all, $90 million in today's NBA ain't shit. Let's call it what it is. That's damn near minimum wage. Right? It's a lot to us, but in the market, it's not a lot of money. It's good for a team. Second of all, this guy, the same way nobody knew SGA was, this guy, he has a knack for finding those gems. But you can't fire him. You can't go through this cycle of firing a GM every 4 or 5 years, or it's never going to get right. So let him. I don't know. He's been here what 5, 6 years now. His first.
Talking about the GM and the Bulls.
Yeah, his first nucleus didn't work with Rosen and Levine and them didn't work. Nice starting over. You got to give him a couple of years, see what he can do. If he can find a couple of more of these boys like he got last year, that rookie, if he can find a couple more of them, Bulls gonna be tough, boy. Watch what I tell you.
But
we gonna be too old and realize it, but
well, thank you.
We gonna damn near be senile, but they're gonna be good.
We gonna be on the porch drinking bourbon on that swing.
No, we're gonna be meeting up at White Castles, getting our senior citizen coffee.
Or McDonald's.
When you get through talking, I'll go do that right now.
Trying to reminiscing on our younger years, looking at the little girls like we Shannon Sharp. Looking at the little young
Come on, man.
Getting out Shannon Sharp on.
I don't know what y'all talking about. I'm gonna be Bill Belichick.
Leave your boy Shay alone.
This fool say gonna be Bill Belichick.
Them goals.
Goals. Life goals.
So let's get into the NBA though. Outside of the draft, now this injury thing. Now, we had a few comments in our text group about injuries. You know, I saw where somebody posted on social media that today's players get injuries because they wear low tops and not high tops. The fact that they don't work on their lower half of their body because it's all about the jump shot. And, you know, I've seen it all. It's a lot of injuries that happen now that didn't happen as much as in our day. You know, you get more ACLs than I ever heard of when we played. You know what I'm saying? If you got an ACL back when we played, it was like, oh shit, you done forever. You know, now you get an ACL and it's like catching the flu. You know what I'm saying?
2 weeks and you back.
You know, the hamstring, the biggest thing that we had was the hamstring back in the day.
Right.
The hamstring. Now you got the degenerate knee where you ain't got no cartilage in your knee and it's bone on bone, and then the Achilles. You know, what's really going on, man? Whoever wants to jump on.
I can't explain it, but there's been a lot of ACLs, man, the last couple of years, real talk, to stars. So I can't explain it.
It's not like basketball, it's football. And Lefty, you said it probably 3 weeks ago. Tommy John injuries happen every other day, and they back in a month. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
I don't want to put it with the high top thing because that's how the shoes are now. That's marketing. People, the players are approving of their own shoes. That's not high tops, right? So you promoting your shoe. They present you the shoe before it comes out. You clearly see it's not a high top, and you still promote it. So I can't say it's not wearing high tops because people with high tops got Achilles too. So I can't put it on the shoe. I don't know what it is. It's a freak injury, bro. Jason Tatum was literally standing there, and the ball was loose, and he went to go, and it just popped. Like, you can't put that on a high top. How a high top would have protected that? So it's the Achilles is a freak injury. It's usually always non-contact. And it just happens, bro. And the man had 42. Man had 42 points. Yeah, he was loose and playing. It's just a freak injury.
He was completely loose.
Yeah, he was stretched out. It's just a freak injury, bro. You can't explain it. But it's been so many of these, man, and like you said, it's not just basketball, it's football too. It's just a freak injury.
So you know who said that, Kev, was Nick Van Exel.
So when you talk about,
it got nothing to do with high tops, bro.
Hold on, Kev. Let me say something right quick. When you talk about the Achilles, you're right. It has nothing to do with high top. But when we go back to the high ankle sprains and things like that, those relate back to the shoes and your ankles being taped up and stuff. When we was back in the day when we was playing, we could get taped up. We would wear socks. Sometimes some people would even put on little ankle braces up under their shoes, tie them up tight, and ball. So some of those ankle injuries, I would relate back to the shoes that they wear. And they wear all low top shoes. So of course, when you come down, you step on somebody's foot, you ain't got nothing to protect your ankle for. Of course, it's gonna get rolled. So some of them ankle injuries I believe relates back to the type of shoes they wear. They're basically wearing track shoes, bro.
This ain't an ankle injury though, bro.
I ain't saying nothing. Talking about the Achilles. I'm not talking about the Achilles. I'm talking about the high ankle sprains, the ankle sprains and stuff like that.
That too now. A lot of
exactly. Ankle happen every day, B.
But I think what everybody's kind of missing, it's just
I got the reference, Kev. I got that reference.
Yeah, the paid in full.
Yeah, I heard that too.
I think it's just simple evolution, man. Like as athletes are more athletic, more muscular. You got guys are jumping out the gym. Guys are bigger, stronger, faster. That's the counter of it. There's going to be more injuries. You didn't have, again, as crazy as it sounded, I thought about it after he said it when they were talking about baseball with the muscle pulls. He said, you know why cats didn't have them soft tissue injuries back in the 60s and 70s, Babe Ruth and them? Because they was fat. You can't pull fat. Exactly what he said. It was the craziest shit I ever heard in my life. But think about it. The more guys you got with 48-inch verticals, and like everybody, and there's a lot of strain on your knees and everything. You got kids growing at ridiculous rates. It's just the injuries. I think that's the counter of it, right? You're gonna get more athletic. It's not like they don't have the technology and the strength and conditioning as DY, led to. I think that guys are working out. They hooping every day. Like Kev said, just the fact, dude was stretched out. What you can't, ain't like he came out and popped his Achilles in the first 2 minutes. This dude had 42 points, been running all game. He's not tight, and it just pops. It was a simple move. He didn't do nothing crazy. But then you also got guys that jumping high. You got the Ja Morants who jumping and coming down, coming down on people's feet. And it's just, I think it's evolution, man. So you're going to get more injuries, the more athletic, it just is what it is, man. I don't think there's nothing you can really do about it. I don't care what type of strength and conditioning coaches. You can't, a muscle pull is what it is. We older, we get out the bed and get Charlie horses and shit. You ain't do nothing wrong. You just got up and shit locked up on you, so
that's true.
It's just life, man.
So we all played, we hooped, and if somebody came on your squad, new addition to the squad, and this cat, his workout game was like up here, everybody kind of followed and was like, man, that shit, man, everybody working, it changes the dynamic and all of that. Do y'all think Luka is going to go to LeBron and say, hey, man, get me right?
Yeah.
Or is Luka just going to go back to his homeland, drink beers, eat on Cheetos, kick it this summer, and then come back and try to get himself in shape?
Probably what he needs to do.
Well, he overseas right now, drinking beer and doing hookah. Now,
he don't need to eat American food. That's his problem. He needs to get from over here.
No, yeah, he kicking it right now. Now, come towards the season, I hope he comes back early. He gets with LeBron and be like, man, let me slim down a little bit. Now, even if he slims down, let's say he comes back early before preseason, and he gets with Bron, he works on his body. That has nothing to do with the effort on defense.
There it is.
So you still got to give effort. So it doesn't matter if you get your body right. You have to give effort, at least effort on defense. Well, Steph Curry used to be hit a lot, right? I'll give Steph credit. But Steph at least tries now. He tries now. You can throw Steph out there by himself and he'll try. They'll help him out, but he'll try. Luka does not try. So it doesn't matter whether his body is right.
You know why he
doesn't try, bro.
You know why they hit Steph? Because his ankles wasn't shit at the time.
And
he couldn't go hard.
No, they hit him because he didn't try to play defense. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
He couldn't go side to side.
Don't do that. Because his ankles didn't bother him when he was shooting the ball. So don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. They hit him because he didn't try.
Two different things, kid.
Derrick Rose used to kill Steph.
Hey, Cam.
Derrick Rose used to kill everybody.
Because playing offense is totally different from playing defense. You got to be able to slide. You got to be able to slide those puppies on defense.
But you had to try. Back then, Steph did not try. He didn't care. No, I'm gonna light you up on the other end. So I give him credit.
We basically getting off topic though.
Braces on his ankles.
But we kind of getting off topic. Going back to the injury thing, Steph came in the league with ankle problems, right? And a lot of these kids, what we not realizing, they come into the league with issues. it's not like they got in the league and all of a sudden, like a lot of these cats, Embiid came in with a bad back. And I know I threw y'all alley-oop, so I'm gonna give y'all that one. Go ahead, take that one. Steph came in with bad ankles, like Zion came in with bad wheels, like all that happens. But think, man, when you listen to these old podcasts, these old NBA players,
you go back a little further than that. Greg Oden came in with bad knees.
Greg Oden had the body of an 80-year-old at 18.
Yeah, but you can go back to Sam Boone.
Sam, like the catch like that. But think about it, when you listen to these old podcasts.
Greg Oden would never get off because he came
Vernon
in.
Maxwell said Vernon Maxwell literally, he said he would go out drinking and smoking weed all night until 5, 6 in the morning, get up and play in the game. Oakley said Michael Jordan ate McDonald's every morning for breakfast and ate a steak before the game, right? So it ain't like these cats was doing no different diets or doing something special that made them stay in shape. Guys weren't athletic. Bill Laimbeer wasn't going to pop a Achilles because he couldn't jump over a credit card. So you didn't have to worry about shit like that. He can't move. The big men kind of just stood in one place. They didn't have to do as much moving around. You got these guys 6'10", 6'11", got to move, pivot, you got to guard guards. You got to switch off. You're trying to shoot threes. The game is faster. So I think the injuries are just, I don't know. It's just, I don't think it's nothing that can be done to prevent them. We can say they're not working out. I think these cats are working out. A lot of them don't come in out of shape. Tatum wasn't out of shape.
But Achilles are non-contact injuries, though, bro. It's not like you can't.
It just happens.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't. Well, ACL is a little different. I would say Achilles is so non-contact, bro. If you look at everybody that get an Achilles, they just fall on their own. They usually out of the play.
It's a sudden move.
Right. It's a sudden move. They chilling. Jason, I keep using Jason Tatum as an example. The man was literally chilling. Oh, loose ball. Let me get it. And he just moved and it popped. Nobody touch him or nothing.
I give you one better in college. We in the game. The other guard with me. I pass the ball on the block. I set a screen for the guard.
Wait, but before you
pass the ball?
You passed the ball?
You passed the ball?
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Proceed. Go ahead.
You passed the ball.
I was just stunned when you said it, but go ahead. I was a little shocked.
I'll take that.
Hold up. You passed the ball. Go ahead. Pick up after that. You passed the ball.
Y'all the bloodline right now, huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna need some video of that, kid. I need a video of that. Go ahead.
I pass the ball. I set the screen. He comes off the screen. He goes down. We looking like, what the fuck happened? ACL.
Yeah.
Just like that. He yelling. He on the ground yelling and screaming like, I'm like, what the fuck happened? It's like somebody was in the crowd and sniped him.
Yeah.
But you know what? With Achilles, man, you ain't got to go to sports. It's normal people just walk and they can step down and plant their foot the wrong way and they tore their Achilles.
Well, you know a lot about that, but that's neither here nor there.
Now, Pat, I feel like that was totally unnecessary.
It was. I think it was too. I think it was totally unnecessary, right?
It was funny as hell.
That was totally unnecessary. But hold on, y'all. Let's go back to the Kyrie injury, and let's go back to the Juju injury. Very same thing. They was going 100 miles an hour. They planted, tried to go the opposite way, and their knee gave out. Then was ACLs. Juju and Kyrie did the exact same. If you go back and look, exact same move. They was going 100 miles an hour. They planted, tried to go to another angle, and the knee pop. ACL. Did nobody touch it?
I think Sean just put this up. Dre Greenlaw, he was going to get back on the field and popped his Achilles.
Yeah, just heard on the field. Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
right.
You coming off the sideline to run in for
a lot of that though, it does come from wear and tear as well. Just like with a car or anything else, the wear and tear.
Oh yeah, it's a lead. I agree with that.
Comment, he's absolutely right. Leading causes of ACL in basketball players: sudden pivoting and cutting, landing from jumps. And just think how much they doing that all year. Like you're constantly, moving and cutting. And like I said, you're switching off, you're playing 4 or 5 different positions.
And you got to take that Even to the part of the conditioning and practice. The conditioning part plays a part in it too.
Guess what? Back in our day, we should have really had more wear and tear injuries than anybody because we started playing on concrete. These players today don't play on concrete. True. They on hardwood from the jump, and they stay on hardwood. We was on concrete, bro.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. We was on concrete from the jump. Didn't have long NBA careers too. That's why you got
a lot of people walking around here without no cartilage in their knees too.
Have you seen Tim Hardaway walk?
Yeah. And he played on concrete.
I'm saying, have you seen?
They did. We all did. We all played on concrete.
You seen Mark Aguirre walk?
Yeah. I didn't know Tim Hardaway knees was knocked like that.
Let's not forget Kenny Smith.
He like Kenny.
Yeah.
I was just speaking on Chicago cats playing on concrete. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But that's why I said Kenny. Kenny was up in New York playing on concrete.
Oh yeah, Rucker Park. Yeah.
Rucker Park was all concrete. And that's why everybody went to showcase. I just want to throw this on here because we're going to finish on the games and all, but one of y'all put out here, who would y'all have for the last shot? 3 seconds left. Who taking the last shot? Pippen, Kawhi, Dominique, or Dr. J? Lefty.
Well, you said Pippen, Kawhi, Dominique,
and Dr. J.
Two of them, I don't even understand how they got in the conversation.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with I'm gonna take Kawhi over Pip. I was leaning towards Pip, but I'm gonna take Kawhi. I don't got Jan Neek in the conversation, but yes, I'm gonna take Kawhi.
Kev had something different. What you got, Kevo?
I'm gonna go Dominique. Pippen ain't that guy, so stop. Let's stop. I know he had a great year when Mike was gone.
You gonna get a
Pippen ain't no last second shot dude. Phil Jackson told you that when he gave the ball to Kukoc when Pippen was on the team, but that's neither here nor there.
You gonna get a last shot to a dude that couldn't shoot.
Dominique, when he went against Larry Bird, he was shooting in.
Yeah, they had a problem with him then. He had 40 points and 38 was dunks.
Well, don't worry about it. He had 40 points and he was scoring. I'm gonna go with Dominique. I ain't gonna go with Kawhi because I don't know if he's gonna be there. I'm gonna go with Dominique.
Come on, man.
In that group, Dominique.
He's clearly there. If it's the last shot, Kev, he on the court.
Hey, Kev Temple, I don't know if he gonna even be there. He ain't gonna be there. He on the court.
You gonna leave at the end of the game?
You gonna just walk away when y'all passing the ball?
Yeah, dog.
Who you got, PG?
Hey, I would have to go with Kawhi. Even though we have seen Scotty make some last minute shots before, I would have to go with Kawhi. But the other two, I don't know how they got in there. Dr. J and Dominique. Dr. J. What last shot he shot?
I want to go with Dr. J.
Yeah, they weren't shooters.
I'm going. I know he crazy now, so we got to look past all of that. We got to look past his bourbon, all of that. I'm going with Pip. I'm going
for
with
what?
Pip.
Of course you're going with Pip.
No, Pip. I almost took Pip too, dog, but I almost took Pip, man.
Did Phil Jackson go with Pippen or did he go with Kukoc? That answers the question right there. Phil Jackson, one of the greatest coaches of all time, didn't trust him with the last shot. Why was y'all?
Players ever, dog.
He is.
Pip is one of the greatest, most disrespected players ever because of Michael Jordan.
He's a great player. Look, man.
That dude, even
I'm not disrespecting.
Craig Hodges even said skill-wise, he was better than Jordan. Like Scotty could do everything.
I'm not disrespecting him. I'm just not trusting him with the last shot. Don't get it confused. Hell, again, Phil Jackson didn't trust him with the last shot. He went with Tony Kukoc.
So
Phil Jackson said, "I'm going with Tony Kukoc," and Scottie Pippen was the man that year. Remember that? So if Phil Jackson don't trust him with the last shot, why would y'all?
That was one damn game. The man had an MVP.
Oh, now it's one game.
So, one game.
I'm gonna go out here and give you a comparison of Pip and Luka. What Luka should do is what Pip did when Pip was in Chicago and he was getting punked out and all of that. His ass stayed in the Chi and worked out with Tim Grover and Mike himself fucking together. This is what Luka, instead of going home, you need to say, hey, LeBron, I'm moving in with you. I'm moving in with you. I'm working out just like you. Whatever you do, I'm doing.
So he gonna move in with LeBron and drink beer and hookah in LeBron crib.
And LeBron's gonna drink wine.
While LeBron drinking wine and tequila. He's drinking wine and tequila.
It's a self thing with him, man. He gotta, like you said,
he gotta want it.
He actually,
right.
And let's come a little closer to the present. We saw how good Jimmy Butler got from the time he got to when he was drafted in Chicago.
Yeah,
we saw how he improved.
I agree with that. I agree with that. And he worked on his offense. I agree with that.
But Pip and I hate when people try to give Jordan credit for Pip. Man, Pip did that. Like he went out and got it done. Like he when he worked on his game, he was already skilled. He was a sleeper that Jerry Krause found. Like nobody even heard of this
Lefty, I gotta stop you now.
I'm not giving Jesus Jordan credit for Scottie Pippen.
You gotta give him some of the credit because who did he stay and work out with and play against?
Pippen even said him and Jordan didn't have any type of relationship. They weren't.
They didn't have no relationship.
They never worked out together. Ben, look it up. They never worked out together.
Who said that? Pippen said that. Mike was working out with Tim Grover, and then he said, "Oh, Pippen here, I'm gone."
He didn't hang with Mike.
I didn't say they hang together. They worked out together. Tim Grover worked them out together. It was said the year that he came back and he had muscles and all that shit.
That Michael Jordan helped him lift weights, huh? Michael Jordan spotted him.
He didn't say Mike.
Stop.
Hey, you know what? You sound like a Jordan hater right now.
I ain't gonna hate. I'm just saying, get him. I'm saying that's what I mean by when I say Scottie Pippen may be one of the greatest, most disrespected players ever, because everybody gives his credit to Mike. Everybody because of Mike.
Scottie was a great player.
He was in Mike's shadow because Mike was Mike.
Listen. I'm not hating on Scottie. He was a great player. He proved it when Michael wasn't there. Right? He basically led the squad when Mike wasn't there. I'm not saying he's not a great player.
Either, though.
All I'm saying is I don't trust him with the last shot. I bet you that.
Well,
Andy said Luka hang out with Deshaun Watson. Come on, man. Come on,
man. Luka ain't been to no parlors.
And it ain't none in Cleveland.
Ain't been no parlors.
It ain't none in Cleveland, so he good.
Well, they not called parlors. They called bathhouses. Where he from?
Well,
you leave Luka alone. All he want to do is drink beer and smoke hookah.
What?
Leave him alone.
If he hanging out in the bathhouse with Deshaun Watson, guess who else there with him? Ben, guess who else was there with him?
Am I lying?
Tucker was there with him.
I'm not lying, dog. You can watch John Wick.
Tucker was there with him.
Where was he hiding at? The bathhouse.
Yeah. The kicker was there with him. He was there.
Are you talking about your boy in Baltimore?
Yeah.
Tucker.
Nobody thought the Knicks was gonna do what the Knicks did. That goes down in history what they did to Boston.
No.
Sorry, Pat. No. That goes down in history, bro.
You ain't no need of being sorry, brother. I ain't gonna say nobody didn't think that could happen. The Knicks had a great chance. They had a great chance because they was healthy this year. Everybody was healthy this year. So they had a chance.
But we didn't see that, though.
I'm going to tell you what happened. What really happened, Boston fell apart, bro. They fell apart bad. That's taking no credit from New York because New York played ball, but Boston wet the bed.
Yeah, and
That's
talk
all
about
they
talk
have.
about talk about your
So out
coach.
of
Talk about your coach.
so basically
Talk about your
out of
coach.
6
And
games,
he went to bed
out
the
of
most.
6 games, Boston was up 20 points in 4 of them. Let's think about that.
Week.
Out of they won 4-2, right? They went 6 games. Boston was up 20 points in 4 to 6 games and lost the series.
So again,
so don't put it on Tatum. Tatum only missed 1 game. The man had 42 when he left.
Nobody
So
said that.
only 1 game.
Again.
Hold on. Tatum only missed 1 game, so don't blame Tatum. The reason they lost. Don't do that.
You didn't blame
because they won a game without him.
Who said anything about
They
Tatum?
won a game. They won a game without him. Hold on.
Who said anything about Tatum?
Hold on, dog.
Okay, go
They
ahead.
won a game without Tatum, correct? So we can't say because they didn't have Tatum, they lost. Can't do that. 4 out of the 6 games, they were up 20 points in said game. So you got to give me a reason why they lost. How they lose the series?
That's why I said.
They give me a reason.
He just told you.
I said Boston
they broke down as a team.
Yeah, they wet the
Boston
bed.
wet the bed. It's no finger pointing at nobody on there. They wet the bed as a team all together. The defense showed up on 1 or 2 games. They sucked the other game. They got up by 20 points for 4 games, and they blew it. They blew it. Why? Because of defense. They blew it because they relied on those 3-point shots. The 3-point shots only got them there out of 2 of those games. They went away totally. They went away from the game plan totally. And Missoula blew the game. Missoula blew a lot of those games.
Okay, you putting it on the coach. Okay, now I'm with you, Pat. Now you putting it. Okay, all right, Missoula. Okay.
Not just Missoula. The team, they all wet the bed.
Because I'm gonna give you one point that I saw in that game that really troubled me was Holiday. Holiday is big as hell compared to Brunson. Guess who would have been on the block a lot of that game? It would have been Holiday.
It should have been Drew.
He would have beat Brunson up so bad he couldn't just do what he was doing because he was big bodying everybody that came his way. He was supposed to be on the block, taking some punishment, and then let's see what you can do on the other side.
Well, you can't do that when you.
They were too busy. They were too busy shooting threes.
Exactly.
And they had to last night. They had to. It got to the point they had to take Holiday off Brunson, and they put Jaylen Brown on him, which is why Jaylen Brown fouled out. He was killing Holiday so bad the first 5 games that Missoula went with another route. Well, let me put Jaylen Brunson on Jaylen Brown on the big body, right? But you got him in foul trouble. And you took away from his offense. When Jaylen Brown got 3 fouls, you got to change it up. Hey, I need you. I need you in the game, bro. But I tried this, it didn't work. You let that man foul out Gordon Brunson. Now you had no offense. White didn't show up, right? So he was killing Holiday. He's killing Holiday.
I think
I don't know.
I think New York was what they did last night. They came out and hit him in the mouth early. I think that's what, and you could just see the air just get let out of Boston.
And
like
who they hit him in the mouth with?
They pretty much they damn near gave up in the second quarter, man. You could just see their body language.
Yeah.
Outside of Jaylen Brown, man, everybody just looked defeated, man. Like,
I'm not a Karl Anthony Towns fan, but he went in and he initiated and he snatched the soul out of him quick.
Mm-hmm.
He was coming to everybody.
You had OGs hitting 3, everybody hitting 3s. They just took the air out of them.
That's why I said their defense didn't show up at all last night, bro. Their defense didn't show up at all last night.
Because that was the least.
Karl Anthony Towns was talking shit to everybody like he was that dude.
Yeah. Have we ever
doing all this?
Has there ever been a series that went 6 games, right? In 24 quarters, that a team dominated probably about 19 of the quarters and lost the series 4-2?
Yeah.
That's what
like Boston dominated the most of the quarters in the series.
They was up 24 out of the 6 games, bro.
I mean, that's crazy. I never seen nothing like that in my life, man. And they couldn't.
I know we talking about.
And they was up 15 in game 5.
Yep.
Now what's gonna happen? I know for sure. They're gonna look different next year.
We gotta put Indiana into this because Indiana, this is 2 years in a row. 2 years in a row. Indiana, and we said it last week, they well coached, they physical, they long, athletic, they put the ball in the bucket. Their defense starts their offense. Because what they have done in the playoffs in these first 2 rounds, you got to take your hat off to the Pacers, man. It's real. It's real. And
you gotta take your hat off to the Pacers. This is 2 years in a row, the Western Conference Finals. This is 2 years in a row for Minnesota in the Western Conference Finals too. So
yeah,
you gotta take your hat off to them. Indiana, what, 5, 6 seed, whatever it was, grimy, but they get there. That's 2 years in a row. I think New York will win the series.
At what point do we stop overlooking Indiana? Because you got Knicks fans already buying their finals tickets, like it's gonna be sweet.
Right.
I think it ain't gonna be no sweet. I see 7 games.
I'm actually leaning on putting my money on Indiana to win that series. It's time to stop overlooking.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna say New York wins in 7.
It's time to stop overlooking that team. That is a hellified team, and they're well coached.
And they're healthy.
They got a defense.
I agree with that, but I agree with that, but I think New York is the better team.
They got an unselfish superstar. I'm telling you, man, Indiana. It's time to start giving their props. It's time to stop looking at them like they just the lucky squad who got there because people talking about last year they got lucky because of injuries.
Bro,
and this
you can't help but
well, actually they did.
They just took down the number 1 seed.
But
yeah,
they did. They deserve their credit. They deserve their credit. They deserve their credit, but I don't see them beating New York. Now, if they do, congrats. I don't see them beating New York. New York got home court advantage. The Garden gonna be rocking. Like I don't see that. But the way these NBA playoffs been going, we don't know.
How many times did Cleveland win? 68? This is 67, something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
They had a hell of a season, man.
Indiana.
So it comes down to matchup.
Indiana dominated.
Comes down to matchup. They were a bad matchup for Cleveland.
That series, man. It was ridiculous.
They did. They were a bad matchup for Cleveland.
Kev, I'm gonna disagree with you. Normally, you could say, yeah, the matchup, they just outplayed them. Bottom line, they outplayed them. Matchups, I don't give a fuck about matchups. They just outplayed them.
Outplayed, outcoached, everything.
Yeah, the whole gamut. They checked every box, and outplayed them.
But I want to kick one of the coaches in the face. Tom Thibodeau is horrible, bro. In the fourth quarter, they was up 30 points. He still had his starters in the damn game.
That's what Thibodeau
Why?
do.
Yep.
Tibbs run his people. He run his people on the ground, bro.
That's what he do.
And I put a post on Facebook. As a former athlete, I never wish injuries, right? But I was in my feelings at the time.
Yeah, you went off.
I hope it backfires on them.
You went off.
There's if Boston waves the white flag and puts their start and put their reserves in. It was guys out there we had no idea they was Boston Celtics, right? Then you, Tibbs, got to say, you know what? Okay, y'all let me get my guys out of it.
Right.
Brunson was still in the game. He eventually took Brunson out first. But Brunson was in the game. Towns was in the game. Bridges was in the game. Josh Hart was still in the like. What are you doing, bro?
Hey, yeah.
Are you telling me that
Brunson went to him and said,
Brunson daddy? Hold on, dog. The assistant coach, Wick Brunson, can't. Hey, bro, get these guys out the game. Can't nobody tell him that? They don't have a voice as assistant coaches to say, "Hey."
Next year.
Is that what it is?
That's what it is.
Brunson daddy ain't got a voice to say, hey, man. And if he don't say nothing else, hey, man, get my son out the game, bro. Like, what we doing? Like, he don't have a voice to say, hey, dog, they kind of engaged, man. Let's get our guys out. Like, don't nobody got a voice to tell this dude that?
Hey man, for what it's worth though, as much flack as we give Tibbs, his teams are always competitive. It's just how
play hard. They always play hard.
He's an old school. He's just an old school coach, man, and he that coach that make you run all practice till you throw up. He gonna play you, and he don't have a title as a coach, but he hasn't had a bad team. Every team he coaches, they at least get to the second round and play out. He's a hell of a coach, man. So I mean, you got to take the bad with the good. I mean, the result is though, everyone said he was wearing them out during the season. Then Eastern Conference Finals, bro. The result is what it is.
If Russell would have sprained his ankle, or
I agree with you. I'm not disagreeing with you at all.
While he was still in the game, Tom Thibodeau would have got death threat. But by the time he left Madison Square Garden,
we're at the top of the hour, man. We're gonna take a break to pay some bills, and we'll be right back to finish up talking about Tibbs and the way he plays his players.
Cool.
How do you take care of your mind health?
For my mental health, I meditate in the mornings.
I have my dogs. They're the best.
I just find ways that help me just relax.
Finding things that make me happy, like being close to my family.
I meditate a lot and read books.
I have hobbies outside of the game. I'm able to switch off. I'm able to turn my brain off from the game of basketball.
Your mind health matters.
Your mind health matters.
Yeah, hello. I'm really not sure if this is what you all do, but I really don't have anywhere else to turn.
Hi. I don't even know why I'm calling right now. I'm sorry. My thoughts are going a mile a minute.
My kids are out of state. My buddies from the Army are all gone now. I'm really alone.
I left the service last year. My mom just passed away a few months ago. I miss so much time with her. I keep getting calls about the bills, and I'm trying to get a job, but I feel so stuck.
Okay, ma'am. I'm glad you called.
Okay, sir. Let's stay on the line and walk through some things.
Thanks.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Hey, it's your boy, the Superback, Sean Sierra, and be sure to follow Sports Zone Chicago on all social media platforms, on Facebook, Instagram, and our Roku channel. You can find us at Sports Zone Chicago, and on Twitter, we are at Sports Zone Shy. Also, be sure to download our mobile app so you can take Sports Zone Chicago with you on the go. Hey, shout out to all the veterans out there. As you can see in our commercials, we give it up to the veterans. We also, we are big into mental health. So check on those individuals in your lives because you never know what's going on. But we're going to get back into it. Kev, you wanted to talk about Tibbs.
Man, what the heck is you eating, man?
Well.
What is this dude right here, man? Hey, Tibbs, you got to give it up to Tibbs, though.
like Lefty said, he had some good teams, man. Just, when he was in Chicago, they were good competitive teams. They just ran up against Miami and couldn't get over that hump. Got the Knicks. Now the Knicks, they built the Knicks to beat Boston. They built them. I'm gonna say it again. They were built.
I agree with that.
They understood the assignment and they accomplished that feat. Yes, Boston wet the bed as a organization. I'll say it like that.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm gonna go back and say what I said last week with the impending purchase of the team. They have payroll. A lot of them cats are not gonna be on the team next year. They're gonna make some changes. They have to. So, did that play some part into it? Not sure.
I don't think so.
That ain't had nothing to do with it. That was a live series. That ain't had nothing to do with it. But I will say this about Tibbs. He's a hell of a coach, and he's proven that. But he runs his players in the ground. I'm telling y'all, if Jalen Brunson would have turned the ankle, popped his Achilles, or whatever, during that stretch, it was about 5 minutes. During that stretch, he left his starters out there. Tibbs would have had death threats leaving Madison Square Garden last night. That's just a fact. So it has to be somebody on his squad, or excuse me, on his coaching staff that has to get into him to say, hey, they gave, bro. They got their reserves in. Let's get our guys out. Let's give them a standing ovation. Let's get our guys out, bro. You can't keep Bridges. Bridges was in there. Town, Josh Hart. Pat, you remember, we was like, what is he doing? What is he doing? And we kept looking at the scores table with nobody running up there. They finally put PJ Tuck in the game. They probably thought he wasn't playing. I didn't know he was on you. I seen PJ Tucker come running to the scores table. All right, they about to pull him. And they put Brunson. Left Towns out there. Hold on now. Left Towns, Josh Hart, and Bridges still on the floor. He pulled Brunson. What is he doing, bro? Like, can't nobody get in his head? Bro, that's enough.
It's his style, man. It's just what he do. It's style.
Bro, it's gonna backfire, man. It could have backfired last night, man.
It's happened. We just have PTSD here in Chicago because of what happened to Derrick Rose, right? It's simply, even if you wasn't a Bulls fans, you had to.
Oh, dang.
Derrick had an amazing story, and we tend to blame what happened on Tibbs, but the reality of it is Derrick knees were going to go at some point anyway, right? Like we talked about earlier, he played on concrete in Chicago. He's an athlete. He's constantly jumping and pounding. At some point, his knees were going to probably give anyway. But because of
what's his news last night?
But because of how it happened, we tend to blame Tibbs. Tibbs' style, agree with it or not, man, it works.
Well, you know what, man.
What's the excuse last night? When India,
hold on, Kev. Go ahead, Pat.
I don't really see. I don't see nothing wrong with his style from the perspective that I was looking at it last night. Is okay. The game is a blowout. The game is clearly over. If you're looking to go to the next round, give your guys a breather. Let them rest. Let them try to let their bodies, come down off this emotion. Well, not so much as emotional high, but don't run them in the ground. You still got another step to go. Don't risk an injury right now when you have a bigger picture that you're trying to accomplish right now. You're up 30 points. Boston doesn't have any starters in there. Boston got the towel boy in them in there right now. You know what I'm saying? Why not put the other guys that's on your team in there? Let them hold that little 30-point lead. You only had 5 minutes left to go. And I understand it's his style, but sometimes you got to curb your style for the bigger picture, bro.
I mean, I get it, but is it possible? I'm not, and I agree with you on number one. He should have pulled him. I definitely agree. He had him in too long. But could it also been a thought of we don't play again till Wednesday? The series don't start till Wednesday.
Yeah, they could be that. But at the same time, again,
what are you proving leaving them in the game and you don't play the Wednesday? What are you proving? What are they accomplishing?
And conditioning.
Conditioning.
Keep running.
Hey, Lefty,
don't stop.
They need conditioning like you need conditioning on your hair.
Oh.
Wow.
That was totally unnecessary.
Again,
Wow.
that was uncalled for.
I knew that.
Uncalled for, dog. Out of nowhere.
But
it's true.
Ain't had nothing to do with the top.
And if Gandy would have put conditioning in his dreads a long time ago, he still have them.
Damn.
What?
Damn. Tibbs is that.
Man, catch the strays.
Tibbs was coach who favored with that favorite saying on the line. On the line, run you to death. He that coach that rule you till you threw up in practice. He that old school.
I agree with that.
House made a great point, man. Like we complain about how soft the athletes are, but then when somebody coaches too hard, we got a problem with that too. So shit, it is.
No. I'm gonna disagree with that. We can talk about soft athletes and we can talk about hard coaches, but when you're up 30 in a game and the other team is taking out their starters, you just on some gentleman competitive stuff, you take your starters off. That's just how it go, bro. Now we can talk about unwritten rules in baseball. That's unwritten rules in basketball.
This ain't UFC. Ain't tapping out. Put your foot in there.
No, hold on, dog. We talk about unwritten rules in baseball. Let's talk about unwritten rules in basketball. When the coach take their starters out, we give. We give them white flag. We give. You have to do that at the other end, bro. That's competitive sport. Because what happens is, what if? Hold on. What if? That is unwritten rule. If I take my starters off and I give, you take your starters off. Because what if one of my reserves? Okay, what if one of my reserves hurt one of your starters? Because y'all running up the score. Is that fair?
And that's on me.
The only written rule. The only unwritten rule that you can refer to in basketball, when the clock is running down, don't take that last ball. Right. Let the clock. That's the only rule, Kev. That take your starters off because they did. That ain't no rule.
Okay.
It ain't no rule.
Then I win Boston. I win Boston Reserve with a hurt and clothesline one of the Knicks. I bet y'all would have felt different. Why are you doing that, dog? That's unnecessary. Oh, that's wrong.
Like Boston was being
but y'all had the starters in there.
I would have felt like Boston was being 30. I'm just saying it's not an unwritten rule, Kevin. Like, I don't have to remove.
I'm old school too.
Yours.
So,
bro, they giving up the game. I'm putting my reserves in. Like y'all don't see that?
It was personal, Kev. They made a statement. We beat y'all and we beat y'all.
I wish they would have hurt one of New York starters. I bet y'all feel different today.
Probably mad he didn't get that job.
Right. So it was personal.
That's what it is.
Let's move out west.
I wish they would have clotheslined one of New York starters.
Is it time?
I bet we'd be having a different conversation today.
All right, be cool over there, Dilly.
That wasn't right, dog. I'm just saying, bro. And that's gonna, in Tim's career, mark this down. One day, one game that's gonna catch up with him roaring.
It already has
him playing like that.
It already has. So
I'm talking about since Derrick Rose. I'm talking about since Derrick Rose. Don't catch up with him.
Is it time to give Ant-Man his flowers? Because listen, I'll say that. Let me frame it up. When they made the trade for Randall, we always like Randall ain't gonna fit. What are they doing? That's like the worst thing in the world. But guess who was bully balling? Balling.
We did.
Bully balling.
No doubt.
And Cat. Everybody, they got the zesty moves, the zesty pictures of him and his comments. Now you got straight bully ball, and Ant-Man is the leading the way for that squad. Is it time to give that man his flowers, even though he shooting the club up and not take care? We got to step away from all of that. Let's just talk about on the basketball court. Is it time to give that boy his flowers?
I believe we giving him too many. I think we giving him a little too much. That Minnesota team, as a team, they're good. There's another team that's well coached, but you got to give Randall, that boy McDaniels,
and Nas Reed.
Nas Reed, like Gobert, even like the parts they played.
Oh man, Conley.
Even Conley as a floor general. Another cat was it DiVincenzo? Is that over there too?
Yep.
DiVincenzo, like they because it was even in the Lakers series, like Ant had a couple of good games, but it wasn't like he was the, you know what I mean? He was the end all be all with that team. I mean, the closeout game, Gobert looked like Wilt Chamberlain out there. Ant was, remember going into, if you combine the game, the last game against the Lakers and the first game or two in this series, he was like 0 for 13 from 3 or something. He was,
but he had other. You got to look at the stats, the other stats he had.
Yeah, the other stats, and he does come on, but the narrative that he's the legend killer now, I'm not ready to, I'm not there with that, man.
You can't give him his flowers.
Man, he a dog. He a dog.
Lefty. I ask you this: look at his graveyard.
Look at Minnesota graveyard.
Yeah, but
you can't individualize in basketball. It's a team sport.
Yeah,
I get it.
And you can't give him his flowers because the last time y'all gave him his flowers and said the man was Michael Jordan's son, Luka took him out. So he's back. To his credit, he's back. Different team. He's back in the Western Conference Finals. He has to win, bro. I respect him. But again, the last time people gave him his flowers and compared him to Jordan and all that, right? He flamed out. Luka took him out and went to the finals. Luka beat him by his damn self. So you can't, you give him his flowers that he's a good player. He's in the Western Conference Finals again. That's cool. He's a rising star, one of the top players in the league. Got all that. Let's not give him his flowers as if he didn't did it. He ain't got that yet, bro.
All of y'all.
We gave Jason Tatum the same dirt. Get that, bro. Jason Tatum got there, lost, went back, won. Ant ain't got there yet. So don't do that.
Over with, Kev. You gonna have that same mindset if he wins it all? What if he wins it all?
Nope. He been in one it then. No, he been in one it then. But he ain't won none yet. Remember, he was comparing the man to Jordan last year, and Luka took him out. Remember that?
If you say
he had home court advantage. Remember that?
You said that 3 times. Don't say it no more. You know who took him out.
I'm just saying. I don't want y'all to forget it.
Look, he's a great player. He deserves his flowers. But I think it's like we like he'll have 11 points and we'll be like Ant-Man beat
right.
Luka. Like
because it has been some games during these playoffs where he barely showed up. There's been a couple of games where he barely showed up.
Man.
So
bad shooting games and all that. I mean,
so who are we giving flowers to then?
But
I mean, give it to it's a well put together team, man. Let's get it too.
I give y'all everything y'all saying, but y'all gotta look at the game, man. He playing defense. His defense don't stop. His defense don't stop.
I agree.
He got more assists in this run than he had last year.
I'll give you that.
He rebounding the ball. So, yeah, his scoring has been spotty. It's been up and down, hills and valleys. But he's still doing the other tangible things for them to win.
No.
So what flowers are you trying to get
from him? I'm not ready to boost him to the top 75 in NBA history, though. Like some
no. I'm not saying all that.
I ain't ready to put him in
that. But the man lost last year. Took a lot of flack.
Came back.
He came back. And now he's back in the same position he was last year with a chance to go to the chip. Just like we run it back. Tatum took a lot of flack.
He did.
Came back, won it. This is the same kind of storyline, man. So sometimes you got to say, okay, he on his way. He's on his way.
Oh, he's definitely
he on his way.
On his way. That ain't. That's not.
What they say, he got next.
You was giving him his flowers like he didn't make it.
I asked the question: is it time for us to start giving them some instead of coming down so hard on like same thing with Tatum? He's coming down hard on Tatum, and then Tatum won it all.
No, I think he's still been getting his flowers at the same time. It's just for him to get over that hump now. if he want to get all his flowers. He's getting some flowers. He's just not getting all of them yet.
Okay, next up, you got the 2 MVP hopefuls. Coming down to the last game. All the chips on the. This is who gonna win the MVP. Whoever wins this game.
Well, it shouldn't be.
Can I go first?
It's a regular season award.
You gonna go first? We tell you now anyway.
No, I wouldn't have. Had you said no, I want to go first. I'd have let you go. But since you threw me the oop, we was debating this last night in the shop. Me and Big Ed. Big Ed said he going with Denver based on the experience that Denver has going into this game. I debated that and went with OKC because A, they're at home, and it's going to be a role player that shows up out of nowhere that kills. It's just my opinion. He said Denver has the experience, and when they won their last game, that's going to propel them to go into OKC and win. Again, I disagree with that because I think Denver doesn't have enough help. Joker going to put up his numbers, but they don't have enough help. Michael Porter Jr. is basically, they could just put his jersey on the floor and just play 4-on-5. Man ain't out there. I don't know what's going on. And Gordon hurt? No, sir.
Yeah, I don't think Gordon can play. I don't think Gordon a strained hamstring. Yeah, man.
Yeah, he said he down.
Strained hamstring.
He tweaked it.
Yeah, nah, they called it.
That's over.
That's bad.
Actually, I'm with Ed, man. I think Denver gonna pull it out. Joker gonna have a good game, but I think Jamal Murray is gonna wind up having a huge game for this closeout game, bro. I think he is, and I think Bron is gonna show up a little bit more too.
You know what? I'm taking OKC, but Pat, I can agree with you on this. If Denver pulls it, it'll be because Jamal Murray goes crazy.
Yeah,
it'll be Jamal going crazy. I think Joker, from what it's worth, Joker looks tired. He looks tired. He's playing a lot of minutes.
Yeah.
And you got to keep in mind, man, that's a big boy, man. He playing. That's a big boy.
Joker,
bro. He got to do it all, dog. The man got 40, man. 20.
Okay, center. What is that?
Hardenstein.
Hardenstein is taking it to him, making him play.
Making play defense.
And he making it tough on him on offense. He making Joker work for everything. Yeah. So that's the MVP of this series.
And you got to think about it, man. When you think about Hardenstein wasn't bad when he was in New York. He was actually one of the men in New York before they got rid of him.
Yeah, and I was like, that's a big loss for New York, but Cadden filled the void to a certain extent. So we'll see how this game rolls out, but we're going to jump into the NFL. First off, what the hell is Antonio Brown doing in the nightclub having the freaking brawls? What the hell is wrong with this dude, man?
Hey, man, they said they tried to jump him and take his chains, man.
I mean, he stole on a couple people. You see the rings he had on? Somebody face jacked up.
Yeah, somebody scratched up.
Antonio Brown's a nut job, dog.
Man, I didn't even hear about it, but I don't care about Antonio Brown, so carry on.
Antonio Brown said he blacked out. He got PTSD. He said he blacked out. He don't even know what happened.
It's the same. We talking about the same dude that took his shoulder pads and jersey off and left the field. Like,
he took him off damn near in the end zone.
He's crazy, man. I mean, are we surprised?
I don't.
Not at all.
I haven't heard what happened. I didn't know nothing about this. But we talk about Antonio Brown. I could care less. Carry on.
Well, when you get a moment, look at the videos that Slap put in our group. It tells the whole story. But we move on. NFL. We right here in our own backyard. This story has come back out about Caleb Williams not wanting to go to the Bears. It's just like, why did somebody put this out during this period of time? We got everything is looking up for the Bears, and now they come with this BS. I don't know if it's media because it's slow in the NFL, and now they want to create storylines. But this right here is just, it pisses me off. But Lefty, you want to talk about it? Let's go.
I call this story we tired of waiting for Aaron Rodgers to sign, and we ain't got nothing else to talk about in the media. So we get into a book from something that a writer put out there last year, and we bring this up. It's one of those stories, man, that make you want to hurry up and get to training camp. Like, can we hurry up and get to some real football stories? And I'll say this as a Bears fan. If Caleb said it and they say he did it, quote, I get it. I get it.
Said why?
I totally understand. We haven't had quarterbacks. We aren't known for quarterbacks. Quarterbacks typically don't do well here. The ownership was a mess. Yeah, I totally get it. And if you care about your career, yeah. And if you had a choice, he wouldn't have picked the Bears. Of course, he probably wanted to go to his hometown and play with the Commanders because that's where he's from. But every reason they gave was legit.
Right. He said he didn't want to come there because of Shane Waldron. He said it wasn't going to work.
It was legit. Like we haven't been known to develop quarterbacks. Yeah, but on the other side of that, let me say this. From the moment that young man got drafted, he was throwing up the bear claw and throwing up the C's. He embraced the city. He came in here and through that whole shit show last year. What was going on within the organization? Man, that boy, he still did his thing, man. So this is I think it's I don't get it. Like only one person brought up Eli not wanting to go to the Chargers. One person brought up John Elway not wanting to go to the Colts. You know, that just got buried. Just come in here and win. Ain't nobody care less. It's a wasted story.
It was
a wasted story.
Hey, you see
the only reason y'all reacted because it's the Bears. He did say that, and I don't know if y'all watched the Herd. Colin Cowherd said that before he got drafted, when it was obvious he was going to the Bears. Colin Cowherd said he leaked it. Caleb's camp did not want to go to Chicago for the reasons you said, Lefty. So it's not BS. It's a true story. Now, why it's brought up?
Nobody said it was BS.
Why it's brought up now is amazing. We can talk about that, but it's a true story. He didn't want to come to Chicago, but now he got to do what he got to do, right? He's a Bear. It is what it is. So yeah, he's throwing up the claw. He's doing all that because he has to. But he did not want to come to Chicago. Colin Cowherd said that on his show because he was close to USC and he cool with the coach. So it ain't BS.
Why bring it up now?
I got a question.
Why bring it back up now?
Well, we can question why. We can question why it's being brought up now. That's an issue. But it's a true damn story.
I got a question, Ben.
Come on, PG.
What podcast is he on? We never said it was a true story, bro. We asked why was it brought up now. You talking about?
Didn't y'all say it was BS?
You know that.
No, we never said it was BS. It was a true story.
Y'all didn't say it was BS? Oh, okay.
No, we never said it was BS.
We
That's
said,
why I asked what podcast is on.
Right.
Here's the point. At the end of the day, he could have easily told the Bears, "I don't want to go there. I don't want to play for y'all." He could have easily just told them. He could have flat out, "I don't want to play for you. I'm gonna demand a trade out of here. Don't draft."
Could have. That's true.
He could have. So the fact that we going into his camp don't want to go there. Yeah, if it was our kid, if my kid, even as a Bear, well, I'm a Bear fan, of course I would want him. But if my kid's about to be the number one overall pick and the quarterback, and the team that got the number one overall pick is not known for developing quarterbacks, the organization is a mess, they've been losing, whatever, yeah, I probably wouldn't want them to go there either. So, but like I said, it hasn't been one time where this young man has not embraced it. From day one, he came in and embraced it. He could have easily told them, "Don't draft me. I will not sign with you all." Like he would have looked like a baby.
I remember he colored his fingernails Bears color.
Again, Ben said it. Being said, there's nothing else for them to talk about right now. They're tired of the Aaron Rodgers debacle, so they had to bring up something.
Yeah, that's bottom line what it is.
Just that hurry up and get the training camp story. Like, can we please get the training?
Now, I don't know why it was brought out. I agree with that. I don't know who's behind that, but
especially not ESPN, especially not ESPN
trying to sell books. That's what the dude doing.
Hey, Isaac, you are so true on this.
Mm-hmm.
He's trying to sell books. He's trying to sell books and be relevant.
I mean, if you ask, I'm pretty sure. What's the young man in Tennessee now? The number 1 overall pick.
Cam Ward.
I'm pretty sure Cam didn't want to go to the damn Titans. If he had a choice, you think Tennessee Titans would have been his choice?
Hey,
I'll say he leaked the story. He gonna claim anything that got to go against Caleb. He gonna claim he did it.
Right.
I mean,
right.
And they talk about he was trying to find a way around it. He didn't have to try to find a way around it. He could have flat out said, just like Eli and his camp did, I don't want to play for y'all. Period.
Colin Cowherd said Caleb didn't want to be the bad guy, so he didn't want to come out and say it. He didn't want to look bad. But his camp did not want to come to Chicago. He said it on the show.
Did Eli look bad? Did Eli look bad when they did it?
Yes.
But Eli let his camp handle it. Eli never came out. You never heard it from Eli. But his camp was like, no, we ain't doing that.
You heard it from his daddy. That's who you heard it from.
That's what I'm saying, but you didn't never hear it from Eli.
Let's not give the Mannings a pass. And let me say this. Any player.
I'm not giving him a pass. I'm just saying I'm not giving him a pass. He did it. Elway did it too.
Any player. Elway, Eli, anybody that's coming into the pro sports, shut the fuck up. How about that? This is a privilege that you getting to play pro.
Agreed.
Because they don't have to take you. They could blackball you. This is the NFL or any other pro organization. They can blackball you and you won't get anything. You won't get anything. Look at the Sanders.
Yeah,
they can blackball you, and you can be at the bottom. So take this and say, "Thank you, America, for making me number one," or "Thank you for picking me. I'm finna go ball out." Period.
It seemed like that's what he did too.
Right.
He
did.
Like, all right, I'm a bear. Let's go. Let's get to it.
Hey, guess what?
Wait a minute, man. Hey, at some point though, we gotta address. House got to start one, bench one, cut one.
That's what I was trying to tell Ben.
Kanye, Antonio Brown, and Orlando Brown.
Hey.
And who?
Orlando Brown, the little crazy dude who used to be on that song.
Hey, I'm starting Orlando Brown because he is hilarious. Orlando Brown is hilarious.
Who was Orlando Brown?
I'm a bitch Kanye.
That's so Raven, little childhood actor. Crazy cat night. You gonna talk crazy on that?
I'm a bench Kanye and I'm cutting Antonio Brown.
No, I'm gonna start.
Orlando Brown.
I'm gonna start Kanye. I'm gonna start Kanye first.
You gonna start Kanye?
I'm gonna start Kanye. You know, I'm gonna bench Antonio Brown and Orlando Brown. I think Orlando Brown playing crazy. Them other two really crazy.
No, he be talking about everybody. I love it. He don't care.
You like.
I'm gonna cut Antonio Brown just because I'm gonna cut Antonio Brown simply because he's Antonio Brown. I'm gonna leave Kanye in the game. I guess I'm gonna start Orlando Brown. I don't even know who the hell he is, but I guess I'm gonna start.
Kanye is officially crazy. No, okay. I thought that was hilarious. Yeah, man, I'm with you, Ben. No, you're absolutely right. And I think a lot of these guys don't want to come off like that. And like we said, man, I think most, when you go to if most guys could pick the team they wanted to go to, it's probably not the team that drafted them for whatever reason. It could be you want to go to your hometown team. It could be because this is my favorite team. It could be whatever the reason. I think this is a story just a story they just pushing a narrative because there's nothing to talk about.
Yeah, I don't know why it was brought up at this time. I don't understand that. All I'm saying is it was too.
He said, "Dude, trying to sell a book." Who said it? He has a book.
Yeah, Sean put that. He's trying to sell a book.
Gang say he don't understand why we still talking about it in the first place.
But now they trying to, well, now all the pressure on him. He a baby. He this, he that, and the other. What did the man do? He came here and he played. He didn't say nothing. He's like, all right, I'm here. I'm here. Let's get to it.
Okay, so
hey, man.
Talking about an organization that fired a man wrong. They fumbled the Eberflus firing. Shit.
Ben, I don't know where you're going, but since we still on these Bears, man, y'all seen the news broke out that they closer to negotiations with Arlington Heights. That is, it's pretty much almost a done deal.
It's a done deal. Yeah, it's pretty much a done deal.
It's a done deal.
Nobody want to deal with the Friends of the Park and all that shit here in Chicago, man. I'm glad.
Yep. Yeah. Goodbye. And they're going to have a casino, the whole 9 out there. Goodbye.
Yeah, it's going to be a whole town. I'm with it.
And you know what? I put a lot of that. I put a lot of that on the city of Chicago and the mayors. But here's another kicker though. They not in Arlington Heights. They're not looking for no public funding.
No, 4.8 billion.
Came out. They ain't looking for no public funding.
No, they with it.
Well, at first they was gonna raise taxes in Arlington and all of that, and they was like, "Oh no, you're not raising our taxes."
They had some pushback at first.
Yeah, they said, no, that's not going to happen. But, speaking of money, 5-year, $265 million.
Brock Purdy, baby.
Brock Purdy. Pretty Purdy.
They had to do it. Can I go first?
Of course you can, Kev. Go ahead.
Thank you. There's another discussion we had in the shop last night. Let's look at the $50 million quarterbacks in the league right now. Let's compare their resume to Brock Purdy's resume. Now, you might not say it was Brock Purdy's doing, right?
Okay.
However, that man didn't win it.
Hey, Kev, pause for 1 second. Dak Prescott, $60 million. Joe Burrow, $55. Josh Allen, $55. Jordan Love, $55. Trevor Lawrence, $55. Tua, $53. Golf, $53. Brock Purdy comes in at $53 million. Carry on.
Okay. So out of all those quarterbacks you name one of them. Name 2 of them that have been to 2 NFC championships and been to 2 Super Bowls.
Okay.
Some of them ain't even been to and won a game in the playoffs, but that's neither here nor there. But Nate, let's do his resume.
Oh, that was a cowboy shot.
Versus everybody you just said.
That was a cowboy shot. I heard you. I hear you, Kev. I hear you.
No, I'm not talking about just the Cowboys.
Hey, you threw a shot out there, but it's okay. We feel you.
No, let's do the resume, bro. The man had been to 2 in 5 years. That man been to 2 NFC championships and appeared in 2 Super Bowls. Some of the top quarterbacks in that list. Josh Allen has not. Lamar Jackson has not. I ain't gonna get to Tua, Dak, Herbert. I ain't gonna get to them. That wouldn't even be fair. But that man, let's look at his resume.
Trevor Lawrence.
Let's look at his win.
Right.
Please.
They had to do it. They had to do it.
I think they got a bargain considering the market.
You did say that.
Yeah,
you
I think they got a bargain considering the market.
Yeah, you said that.
We all know where it's going. It's finna go north of 60 million. They got him for 53. Like he's going I don't know what number you had him at being. He what number 10 or something like that?
He down there.
Down there?
He 8, 9 with golf.
He 8 or 9, right?
Yeah.
In 3 years, he'll be 19. The market just is what it is, dog. Like before that contract up, he's gonna be on the low end of it. So, like you said, Kev, his resume speaks for itself. People call him a system quarterback and where he was drafted and all that, but a lot of people said that about Brady too. But the man deserved. Look, it's no way if I'm his agent, you finna come in and try to
lowball
me at 40.
You ain't gonna lowball me, dog. I want my bread.
You ain't doing that. Exactly. I'm looking now. He didn't go ridiculous and ask for like 65 or want to be the highest paid in the league. Yeah. He say, man, I don't fair value. And
he went in the ballpark, all the other ones.
Put me in the range. Exactly.
Me in that range. And that group of where he is, I think he deserves that. He deserves that.
Yeah, based on his record. Now I got a question because I was fighting with Angry Man this morning about it. Whose window is harder to keep open? NBA, Major League Baseball, or NFL? Whose window is harder to keep open when you got that squad and then you expect it to go, but then little things start happening? Because San Francisco is what I'm really honing on. They had a window. It has now closed. And that's why everybody's looking at
they window closed more due to him.
Why y'all playing him? That window has shut, and now he's getting paid. He should have been getting paid when that window was fully wide open. But due to contracts and stuff, he getting paid after the fact. But whose window is harder to keep open? An NBA team, Major League Baseball, or NFL team?
So you're talking about far as winning
it all,
and getting that title,
Whose window is harder? Sly was like, well, out of all the major leagues, he said it's hockey, and I can agree with him. But hockey ain't big on our discussion board when we talk about winning chips and all of that. Because I said, well, hockey, if you got a hot year, you got to win it that year, because next year you're not promised to even get back to where you're supposed to be at.
Right. I mean, it has to be the NFL, hands down.
Yeah, I got to go NFL, bro.
The NFL, hands down. It's the only league where you
can jump in on this too, Isaac.
Yeah, you don't get 3 peats, and for a team to go to back-to-back, that's what Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs done so amazing. Just to even get back there. So you look at all the factors. The salary cap.
Patriots won 10 times.
Shit. You got a hard salary cap. That it's hard to keep teams together. The way coaches move, assistants and things like that, it got to be the NFL. And then with the injuries and just the gist of the game alone, you got to, because it takes. Let's be totally honest. Take a little luck. You got to be healthy. You got to be healthy going into this thing, and it's a lot of moving parts, man. So I got the NFL hand. NBA, like you could. Like Golden State did, right? They lost in 16 to the Cavs. When got KD, window back open, window stays open. You know what I mean? You can just go grab somebody, pay the luxury tax, and you can. Baseball just is a free fall. You got the money, go buy championships if you're willing to do it.
Right.
That's it. So
I got to go NFL, dog, because that's hard. But like you said, what the Chiefs did, amazing. They played a lot of football in 3 years and kept getting back. Like, so that's amazing in the NFL. NBA, what free agency, like that, you could change your fortunes. I don't chim on baseball like that because I haven't seen a dynasty in baseball since the 2000-something Yankees. But it got to be football because one injury could change. Like if your quarterback get hurt, it's over with. Like the football, bro. It got to be football for me. Y'all disagree, whatever. It got to be football. That got to be the hardest window.
Yeah, I would say the same thing because of the physicality of the sport. Like Monty said, bar any kind of injuries, one injury could change the whole complexity of the whole season and stuff like that for football. So yeah, I would say football.
Isaac, I know it's your birthday and all, but glad you can come on.
Thanks, guys.
Happy birthday, bro.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. It's a tough one for me. It would seem obvious I would say NFL because of my background, but it's a tough one. It's a toss-up for me with baseball and football because look at the Cubs. They got to the one World Series. Look at Jake Arrieta, your pitcher, your star pitcher that you have. He goes. I mean, he was damn near unhittable for the last half of 15 and the first half of 16, and then fell off the face of the earth. Your bullpen, you got so many different hands, so many different pitchers coming in, and one year they're lights out, next year they're serving up beach balls. Yoel Moncada, 1 year with the White Sox was third in batting, and then he's under the Mendoza line the rest of his God blessed career, although he did hit a homer yesterday. So that's why it's a tough call for me, man. You could just so many because baseball's so technical.
But Sean, my only pushback with that with baseball, I think if in the Cubs case, if they were willing to be like the Yankees and the Dodgers and just
spend some more money,
spend. Like, Jake Arrieta fell out, but then I'm gonna go get whoever. You know, I'm gonna go pay.
When was the last time the Dodgers won it? Before last year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. You know what I mean? No, but I'm saying, when was the last time they won it? When was the last time the Yankees won it? When was the last time the Red Sox won it? Like, these are all teams that have thrown money.
The Dodgers won 2 years prior. The Dodgers won 2 years prior to last year.
When did they win, Cal?
Like the Dodgers had just won a couple years back.
Did they? I wanted to say they did. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, when Betts first got there.
But I mean, just remember, I'm looking at it. Think of all the years the Yankees and the Red Sox and even the Dodgers out west spent a lot of money and still couldn't get back because one guy got hurt or this guy got hurt or this guy wasn't as dominant as he was the year before. His hitting went down. Guys have bad years in baseball. God forbid it'd be a pitcher and your stud. And I agree with you 100%, Kev. Quarterback goes down, season over. Tom Brady, ACL, season over.
Yeah. That's it. That's all.
That's why to me it got to be the NFL, bro. Gotta be the NFL.
I think the cap though, with the hard cap and being able to keep players, like that's why drafting is so important. You got to be able to replenish the next group. You know what I mean? Because so many of these teams are up against the cap. You really can't. It's hard to keep guys together. Like KC, right? They lost. They let Tariq Hill walk. How many different running backs they didn't had during this span, this run that they've been on? How many different coaches, assistant coaches? Reed. Everybody moved on to other places, and they still keeping it going.
But see, the thing about Kansas City, they realized and they show the rest of the NFL that signing a player like Patrick Mahomes to a $10 trillion contract is actually beneficial because now you can always adjust it, and you can. So when you need room, you got money to
keep
play
restructuring them.
This from salary, you can restructure it. You can take this and turn this into a bonus. You can take this and turn this into an incentive-based type deal. And so that's why it's.
But even with that, how many left tackles have they had? They sent us Tooney. Right, they just sent us Tony, who was a staple on the O-line. They O-line is a revolving door. They haven't that O-line hasn't been together, like consistently. I'm just saying it's hard to keep them. Right, they had to give up. They had to send Tony away in order to sign the other guard, the guy we all thought he was getting. Right?
It's a tough call, man. I don't think there's really a right answer. Just whichever you think, whatever.
No, they ain't really. Yeah.
But Gandy do make a point though. In the NFL,
don't do it, man.
No, I thought that's what I was going to.
No, I'm not going there. But he's talking about soon as an NFL team win it, players are chasing that money because NFL, you're a hit away from being out. So
not for long, baby.
They go chase that. They go chase that paper. And the teams throw that money at them, and it's either stay with that team or get that bag so you can have money when your career is over with.
Yeah, you definitely got to chase the money. But like I said, it's going to be hard. The Detroit Lions just got good and lost damn near all their assistants.
Yep.
They just got good.
Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, they just got good. So
that's why I don't think. And just to chime in a little Bears thing. That's how everyone talks about the Bears in the NFC. I'm like, man, I am not scared of anyone in this league, in this division. All right, the Lions just lost their OC and their DC. The Minnesota Vikings just started a quarterback for his first NFL start because he sat out. And Green Bay, Jordan Love likes to throw the ball to opposing players. He's shown that consistently. So I'm not really – so the toughest division in football might not be as tough as people want to say it is.
I wish we had more time to get on this schedule thing, man, because I got something to say on that, man, on this schedule thing. I do.
Hey, come on my show during the week, man.
Come on, have me on, Sean. Just put the bat signal out. I'll jump on.
Dog. Y'all don't care about nobody else having a tough schedule. Deal with it.
No, this is real quick.
Y'all on that, right?
I don't know how much time we have left, but real quick.
5 minutes.
Here's the thing with we talk about tough schedules. Do we realize the division plays the same teams pretty much like 14 out of 17 games down there, right? It's like, so the Bears really, we talked about this last year's schedule, right? It wasn't tough. It had a lot of teams. They played the AFC South, which is probably the worst division in football, and the NFC West, who kind of, they tailed off, right? San Fran had a bad year. Seattle, the Rams were good, but Arizona is that. The Lions, Packers, and Vikings played the same schedule. The Bears just failed miserably. So if we talk about a tough schedule, the Lions got a tough schedule too, a tougher schedule, but they got to play the first place teams on the other 3 games. That's not, the division don't play. Minnesota got a tough schedule. Green Bay has a tough schedule. So, like, they all playing Baltimore this year. They all playing Cincy. They all playing Pittsburgh. Like, they play the same teams. And I think the Bears didn't take advantage of having a somewhat soft schedule last year. You had 2 teams with, 14 wins, right? What was that's unheard of.
Green Bay and Minnesota. Detroit and Minnesota.
That's unheard of. So if we're going to talk about the division being competitive, it's going to be tough. I don't see no team in the North running off 14, 15 wins this year. I don't see it.
You know something? Every year when the schedule comes out, we look at the schedules for every team. New York, the Bears, for every team. And we say, damn, this is a tough schedule. But once the season starts, it don't be so tough when you think it's the tough teams and then you end up losing to some teams you ain't supposed to lose to. Right. So you gotta play the games. That's what a coach always said. You gotta play the games.
Yeah.
No one ever really
Giants
said,
have a terrible
we got an easy schedule.
That's not fair, but carry on.
No one ever said, I've never heard a fan say, oh man, we got an easy schedule this year.
Yeah, you got to go out and play every game.
Yeah.
No matter who.
and you talk about this, we got the AFC North and the NFC East. Those some teams.
And we don't
on top of playing each other, playing each other twice.
And don't forget, we don't even know if those teams are going to be good because what did you talk about? One injury.
Yep.
What if we happen to catch that team when the quarterback is in the middle of a 2-game absence because he got hurt, or their starting linebacker is out for a week because of a rolled ankle, or their stud receiver. You know what I mean?
When you win
in football, we can only go off last year. Like when you look at the schedule initially, you can only go by what the team did last year.
How can you even do that when there's so much? How can you do that when there's so much turnover?
Right. That's just us as fans.
It's just
media. Like, man, it's a tough schedule. But when you look at it, the team that wins the chip, everybody coming for them. I don't care if they the worst team in the league from the year before. When they show up on the field, they come in and take your neck off. So it's like you got to play the game. You got to play the game. And you always got what Lefty, you say it all the time, the Super Bowl hangover. The team that got there, they usually trash the next year. So, you got to play the games. Who cares what the schedule is?
Like your boy Joe Burrow, and we still in Cincinnati.
I knew that was going to be
since that Super Bowl.
That's my man's. I love me some Joe Burrow.
Joey B, your boy.
It depends on what haircut he come in training camp.
Joe Cool.
Because if he come looking like McCulley, he's done.
He is. That's his favorite look.
Yeah, he done, man. But we just not gonna gloss over the fact that Gandy been coming at you like crazy, Pat. I don't know what you did to him, man. but he's been coming
entire
to
show.
You're gonna see him next week. You're gonna see him in a few days.
You know I'm coming to a town near him.
Yeah, but man, that schedule thing, man, you just got to go out and ball out. No matter for the Bears, long as they beat the Giants. Long as they beat the Giants.
You don't care about that, remember? You don't care about that, remember? Oh, now you do. Oh,
I just said
1-16 with the win over the Giants. Ben's good. Extend Ryan Poles.
Right.
I hope Russ light y'all up.
That's how we treat
and I hope my
Packers
front
game
four
last
had
year.
Caleb running for his life.
Now,
my front four gonna have Caleb running for his life.
No, we got some boys up front. We got some.
No. Not for my front four, baby.
Hey, as happy
See, it's no feel, Caleb.
About that Packers win last year, that might have cost us about 2 or 3 draft slots.
Right.
Right. Probably could have got the running back from Boise State that we wanted, because we got knocked down.
Caleb, keep holding the ball if you want to.
No, that's gonna change.
My front four gonna get to you.
Wishful thinking, Kev.
That's if they can stay healthy. We know the chicken foot is on New York when it comes to healthy.
Man, you ain't lying. Damn, I get injuries every year. Bad.
We be all right, dog.
Especially y'all.
We be all right.
Right, y'all receiving core.
We be all right.
Shit.
But we down to the end, so we finna go with our parting shots, man. Kev, I'll let you go first since you had a lot to say. So
can he go first?
I really ain't got nothing today other than thank everybody for tuning in. All love. Appreciate y'all. Know it's a little warm outside. The weather tricky. Y'all can be anywhere else. Y'all choose to be with us. We appreciate y'all. All I got.
PG.
Thank y'all.
That's all you got? Dang.
That's all I got today.
Here.
Short and simple.
Present.
Right. Present.
Since the money was late today, I'll let him take up the time.
Hey.
Timothy here.
I was tardy, Pat. I wasn't late. I was tardy.
I mean,
well,
they are the same thing.
Right? HR. You was in HR. They was having a discussion with you because they told you when you don't have a hat on, the glare, so you had to go and put a hat on. But that
no, I wanted to show you. I want to show off my thing, man. Since we're gonna be here next week.
You still don't know who made it.
So
you ain't gonna find it.
My memory's terrible. But hey, y'all see it, man. Houston, we have a problem. This week we will be in Houston. Next week, we will be in Houston, so we will not be on next week. But we'll be running. I'm pretty sure Sports Zone will run a replay, so you got to tune in and check out some of our previous shows. But there it is, man. SmokeFellas. We host an after party in Houston Cigar Week on Friday at Herf Life Cigar Lounge, man. So we got a lot of Chicagoans coming down, man. I got a few of my people out in Houston and other states that's coming down for Houston Cigar Week. Just really looking forward to it, man. So we see y'all down there in Houston. We got a problem. We on the way.
Hey. If you want to lose weight, bring a sweatsuit, and Gandhi gonna put you on his workout regimen.
What?
That clearly ain't working for Mr. Mountain Top.
Where that come from?
Because he tried to shoot the last shot at me like I ain't see it.
What?
Mr. Mountain Top, huh?
Right. I'll pay attention though.
That's just cold, man. That's cold. But man, hey, thank everybody for tuning in with us, man. And as I always say, where there's smoke,
there's the
fellas, baby.